He was young, talented, and rising fast, from Disney Channel stardom to becoming one of the most recognized teen faces on television. But then, Doc Shaw seemed to vanish from the spotlight. No scandals, no headlines, just silence. What really happened to the boy we all watched grow up on screen? In this video, we're diving into the unseen story of Doc Shaw, the highs, the heartbreaks, and the personal battles that reshaped his journey. From early fame to unexpected struggles, and a shocking transformation that left fans speechless, this is more than a biography. It's a reveal. And trust me, you're not ready for how deep it goes. Before he was a household name, Doc Shaw was just a young boy in Atlanta with a dream and a father who believed in him. Starting with modeling and commercials at just 6 years old, Shaw's charm and talent quickly grabbed the attention of casting agents. But it was 2006 that changed everything. Cast as Malik Payne in Tyler Perry's House of Pain, Doc brought humor, heart, and a whole lot of personality to the screen. Audiences connected instantly with the witty, mischievous teen, and his performance earned him a Young Artist Award in 2009, proving that Shaw was more than just a child star. He was the real deal. Off-screen, Doc Shaw stayed focused and grounded. A proud member of the Omega Psi fraternity, he's spoken about the influence of legends like Don Cheadle, Denzel Washington, and director Ron Howard on his craft. With rumors swirling about a romance with singer-actress China Anne McClain, Doc was becoming just as intriguing off-camera as he was on it. But behind the fame and red carpet smiles, there was a deeper story, one filled with transitions, challenges, and decisions that would eventually take him far from the spotlight he once owned. In 2008, he also gave a presentation at the 39th NAACP Image Awards. Shaw played Marcus Little, a former Grammy Award-winning musician whose career took a nosedive after being released by his company on Disney Channel's The Sweet Life on Deck in 2009. In order to concentrate on his next project, he made his farewell appearance on August 2010 after making his debut in the second season's episode, Roomies, on October 16, 2009. Shaw co-starred with Mitchell Musso as King Boomer in Disney XD's Pair of Kings from 2010 to 2013. When the show's theme song, Top of the World, came on Radio Disney in September 2010, he made his singing and rapping debut. Shaw has acted as Mitch in Thunderstruck 2012, Ash in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes 2014, and Nobody Loves Me, exploring teenage suicide and bullying. In addition, he executively co-produced 5 episodes of Spies and Training and had cameo appearances in Emily Owens, MD, and Said Run. His success in acting and music is reflected in his estimated net worth of over $750 as of the beginning of 2021. Shaw also participates in neighborhood campaigns that promote youth fitness and health in an effort to fight obesity. The Office, Big Bang Theory, Top Gear, and Modern Family are some of his favorite television programs. With almost 50,000 Instagram followers, he is still active on social media and frequently shares updates about his life and shows appreciation for his mother. First, the lingering effects of loss. The tragic trip of Doc Shaw. Laramie Shaw's early life was drastically changed in 1994 when his father, Larry, died in a vehicle accident while he was a baby. Shaw has not discussed the accident's specifics in public, so the circumstances are still confidential, but its effects were evident. Losing a parent at such a young age disrupts the underlying stability that molds early development. In addition to being a personal grief, Shaw had to grow up without the direct supervision of his father, who was reportedly a big impact on his early career in entertainment. Sources claim that even before the incident, Larry Shaw had supported his son's modeling career because he saw his special abilities. Even though it was brief, this support laid the groundwork for Shaw's career in the public eye. The gap left by his father's absence would affect Shaw's motivation and outlook. Shaw was largely raised by his mother, Tammy, who served as the pillar of his support network while he was growing up in Atlanta, Georgia. The majority of reports characterize Shaw as an only child, thus, even though some mention siblings, these allusions are ambiguous and might relate to extended family. Tammy took on the role of sole parent due to the absence of a father figure, creating an atmosphere that allowed Shaw to follow his goals in spite of the emotional and financial difficulties that single-parent homes frequently face. Despite being painful, This loss gave Shaw a sense of tenacity that would later show in his will to achieve in a cutthroat field. As the primary carer for Doc Shaw, Tammy Shaw gave him the emotional and practical help he needed to deal with the loss of her spouse. Raising a young child and fostering his developing abilities was a difficult undertaking for a single mother. Shaw has regularly thanked his mother for her unwavering commitment, posting sincere messages on Instagram that emphasize her status as his strongest ally. These open memorials highlight a close relationship and highlight Tammy's role in assisting Shaw in overcoming the difficulties brought on by his father's absence. Shaw's early career was greatly aided by Tammy's support. She got him an agency when he was 6 years old, which led to a lot of print ads and commercial gigs. His father's encouragement served as the initial catalyst for this early foray into the entertainment business, and Tammy's dedication to developing her son's talent kept it going. She was involved in more than just logistics. Shaw was able to pursue a tough profession as a child actor because she gave him the emotional stability he needed. Shaw's tenacity, which was probably influenced by his mother's strength, allowed him to cope with the demands of public scrutiny, long work hours, and audition pressure. Shaw's destiny might have been ruined by the death of his father at such a young age. Rather, it appeared to strengthen his resolve. Shaw showed resilience early on, which is necessary in the entertainment world, which is notorious for its unpredictability and rejection. The foundation was created by his father's early support for his modeling career. But what really made Shaw stand out was his capacity to transform his personal loss into a drive for success. At the age of 14, he was cast as Malik Payne in Tyler Perry's 2006 film House of Pain, for which he won a Young Artist Award in 2009. Leading parts in Disney Channel's The Sweet Life on Deck from 2009 to 2010 and Disney XD's Pair of Kings from 2010 to 2013, where he also made his singing and rapping debut with the theme song Top of the World followed this success. Shaw's early career was characterized by a hard work ethic that was probably influenced by his mother's sacrifices and his father's early faith in his abilities. Although painful, the 1994 tragedy served as a spur for his fortitude. Shaw had to grow up fast because his father was not there, juggling the demands of celebrity with the grief of his father's passing. His capacity to manage these difficulties is a testament to the inner strength he has developed throughout hardship and the support of his mother. Beyond Shaw's early years, Larry Shaw's passing had an impact on his outlook on life and his profession. His outward displays of appreciation for his mother reveal a profound understanding of the costs incurred to fill the vacuum left by his father. Shaw frequently exhibits a grounded attitude on social media, emphasizing tenacity and family. His early understanding that life can be unpredictable, a lesson he gained from the unexpected death of his father, is perhaps the source of this worldview. Shaw's early loss may also be related to his support of fitness and health, especially following his own health change in 2019. Given his history of weight-related health problems and his hereditary susceptibility to diabetes, Shaw's dedication to leading a healthy lifestyle is indicative of his desire to take charge of his destiny, a potential reaction to the loss of control he went through as a young child dealing with tragedy. His transformation from kid model to well-known actor and advocate shows how adversity can spur development and meaning. The second is overcoming hardship. Doc Shaw's health issues and life-changing weight loss experience in 2019. Doc Shaw talked candidly in 2019 about a crucial time in his life when his health had deteriorated to a dangerous level. Shaw faced the truth of his physical state, which was exacerbated by a family history of diabetes, by describing himself as extremely overweight and unhealthy. The stakes were raised by this hereditary tendency because improperly controlled diabetes can result in serious consequences. Shaw, who had been in the spotlight since he was a young child, saw his deteriorating health as a wake-up call that required quick action. Shaw's decision to take care of his health was both brave and essential because the entertainment industry frequently puts extra pressure on people to maintain a certain image due to its rigorous schedules and public exposure. It was an emotional as well as a bodily reckoning to acknowledge his predicament. Shaw was used to the spotlight as a young actor who had grown up on screen. However, he needed to be more transparent about his health issues than his on-screen character. His journey was made more urgent by his family's history of diabetes, a chronic illness that affects millions of people. Shaw probably took extreme steps out of fear of long-term health effects, which paved the way for a change that would reshape his relationship with his body and his audience. Shaw started a hard and focused weight loss quest that lasted 18 months, during which time he lost 60 to 65 pounds. He used a complex strategy that included both greater physical activity and a drastic food change. Shaw followed a rigid diet that took a great deal of dedication and sacrifice, one that was focused on protein bars and fresh juices. Alongside this nutritional change, he played sports like football and basketball, which not only helped him burn calories, but also restored his interest in physical fitness. These decisions show a calculated attempt to address both short-term weight loss and long-term health enhancement in order to counteract the hazards associated with his genetic susceptibility to diabetes. This change had significant physical requirements. It took constant work, probably including daily food monitoring and frequent exercise, to lose so much weight in such a short amount of time. High-energy sports like football and basketball gave him a mental break from the demands of his job and a fun way to stay active. But the severity of his method, especially the dependence on protein bars and fresh juices, indicates a level of discipline that would be difficult to maintain both psychologically and physically. Shaw's perseverance and dedication, which had previously helped him succeed in his entertainment profession, are demonstrated by his ability to stick to this routine for 18 months. Despite being a personal victory, Shaw's weight loss had an unanticipated emotional cost because of the response from the public. Fans became concerned when they saw his drastically changed appearance, which was evident when he returned to Tyler Perry's House of Pain. Social media sites like Instagram, where Shaw has almost 50,000 followers, turned into places where rumors concerning his health spread. His weight loss was falsely attributed to illness by several supporters, a miscommunication that made an already difficult travel even more emotionally taxing. A private triumph became a public tale as a result of Shaw's personal health decisions being widely discussed due to the scrutiny that comes with being a public character. Shaw responded by using media outlets to make it clear that his weight loss was a conscious decision motivated by health issues rather than an illness. He stressed the deliberate nature of his metamorphosis in his 2019 NBC6 interview in an effort to allay fears and reassure followers. Shaw had to strike a careful balance, though, in order to address public rumors about his health and address issues that would affect his reputation and career. The stress of his physical exertion was probably exacerbated during this emotionally stressful time by the strain to explain his transformation while still performing on screen. The incident highlights the particular difficulties experienced by celebrities who go through personal transformations in front of the public. Shaw's health journey involved more than just physical change. It also involved regaining control over his health by being transparent about his weight and health issues. In a field that frequently values appearance above genuineness, he showed a rare and potent willingness to face vulnerability. His support of health and fitness, especially in the fight against diabetes and obesity, developed as a logical progression of his experience. Shaw's holistic approach to well-being, which he adopted during his transition, has inspired others to prioritize natural environs, keep active, and enjoy outdoor activities. This difficult time also brought out Shaw's fortitude, which had been cultivated in part by past hardships, including the death of his father when he was just 2 years old. The self-control needed to change his way of life was a reflection of the will that propelled his career from child modeling to major TV program stardom. In addition to enhancing his physical health, Shaw provided an example for people going through similar struggles by transforming a personal health crisis into a chance for personal development. His narrative offers a message of empowerment and hope to others who struggle with cultural pressures or genetic predispositions. The third is the dangers of misleading information and the false death. Chatter about Doc Shaw in 2025. Early in 2025, a number of online articles, such as one titled Remembering Doc Shaw, a tribute to his life and legacy, surfaced, falsely announcing the death of Doc Shaw. These articles, which appeared on a number of websites, detailed tributes to Doc Shaw, including fan events, social media posts, and charitable donations, as well as a funeral attended by family, friends, and fans. The stories highlighted Shaw's roles as Malik Payne, Marcus Little, and King Boomer, as well as his contributions to philanthropy and youth empowerment, portraying him as a beloved character whose loss left a vacuum in the entertainment world. But upon closer inspection, a serious problem is discovered. These assertions were not supported by any credible news sources, official pronouncements, or verified sources. Shaw was born in Atlanta, Georgia, on April 24, 1992, and he is still active on social media, as seen by his over 50,000 followers on Instagram. The story of his death is contradicted by posts on his account that provide updates about his life and career. These publications are part of a concerning pattern of disinformation, since they lack corroboration from reliable sources like major media outlets or official remarks from Shaw or his representatives. Although the rumor's origins are unknown, it could be the result of a mix of clickbait techniques, misunderstandings of Shaw's diminished public profile, or confusion with another person, like the made-up Dr. Shaw made references in irrelevant places. Whatever the reason, Shaw's supporters and his reputation suffered real repercussions as a result of the dissemination of this untrue story. The emotional toll of misleading information was brought to light by the confusion and distress that Doc Shaw's fan base experienced as a result of the fake death rumors. Many fans were shocked and devastated to learn about Shaw's alleged death, especially those who grew up watching him on House of Pain or Disney Channel series. Fans use social media sites like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to share memories of Shaw's performances, express their sorrow, and look for confirmation of the news. The article's in-depth accounts of a funeral and memorial services added a sense of authenticity, which increased the story's emotional impact on readers who didn't doubt its truth. The rumor was a devastating time for supporters, because of the anxiety and grief it caused, not because of a real loss. Genuine sadness was sparked by the thought of losing a cherished character like Shaw, whose captivating performances as a humorous monarch or a smart preteen struck a chord with spectators. The misleading information was especially shocking to fans who had followed his career from his 2009 Young Artist Award win to his 2019 health change, since they felt a personal connection to his journey. As supporters struggled with the emotional manipulation brought on by unsubstantiated accusations, the later discovery that the rumors were false probably brought both comfort and frustration. This story demonstrates how false information can take advantage of supporters' faith and love for public personalities, transforming appreciation into needless sorrow. The unfounded death rumors were a serious threat to Doc Shaw's career and reputation. Shaw's reputation as a public figure is influenced by his level of visibility and how the general public views his personal and professional lives. His future prospects may be impacted by misunderstandings caused by false stories of his passing among casting agencies, colleagues in the industry, and possible partners. Such rumors could, even momentarily, give the impression that a company is inactive or irrelevant in a field where public presence and relevance are crucial. Furthermore, Shaw's life is needlessly burdened by the mental anguish of confronting such lies, whether through public remarks or one-on-one interactions. Though it might be exhausting to combat false narratives, Shaw's active Instagram presence, where he posts updates and engages with fans, acts as a counterweight to the rumors. Personal sorrow may also result from the article's references to a funeral and tributes for Doc Shaw, because the false information may lead to enquiries or condolences being sent to Shaw, his family, and close colleagues. Given Shaw's history of overcoming personal obstacles, including the death of his father in 1994 and his health issues in 2019, this circumstance is especially poignant. The manufactured death rumors are another unfortunate event that may make the pressures of upholding a public image even more intense. The propagation of Doc Shaw's 2025 fake death rumors brings to light a crucial problem in the digital age: the need to critically evaluate sources. The reports of Shaw's death surfaced on a number of websites, some of which lacked legitimacy or editorial control. Their in-depth accounts, which included details of mourning services and fan tributes, created the appearance of authenticity, but their falsity was exposed by the lack of official or established media support. The perils of taking information at face value, especially when it originates from unreliable or obscure sources, are illustrated by this episode. The internet's accessibility and the sensational story's propensity to go viral aid in the quick dissemination of false information. The purpose of clickbait headlines and emotionally charged content, such as those pertaining to Shaw's purported death, is to garner attention and interaction, frequently at the expense of the truth. This emphasizes to fans and the general public the value of verifying information with reliable sources, such official social media accounts, major news publications, or quotes from the person in question. Regarding Shah, the rumors could have been debunked with a cursory look at his Instagram activity, demonstrating the importance of primary sources in the fight against false information. A larger social issue is reflected in the unfounded death rumors surrounding Doc Shaw, spread of false information in the era of digitalization. Because of the tremendous scrutiny and conjecture around their life, public personalities are especially susceptible to such tales. False death reports have created significant confusion and anguish in similar cases involving other celebrities. These rumors are an unneeded and avoidable burden for Shah, whose career has been characterized by fortitude in the face of personal tragedies, including the death of his father and health issues. From a child model to a well-known character in television and movies, Doc Shaw has cultivated a prosperous career as an actor, singer, and rapper. He has demonstrated perseverance by changing his lifestyle and motivating others through his activism and work. Even in the face of health issues and the untimely death of his father, both admirers and budding artists are still influenced by his journey.